Estiva, this is LaserBolt, and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about something that has not been really talked about, and that is the end game of the game and expeditions, how they will work, and what exactly you need to do to unlock them, how you're able to obtain certain gear, and in addition to that, what is going to be the kind of overall consensus when you launch the expeditions. Today, we're going to be talking about all that. So if that sounds like something you're definitely interested, a like would be greatly appreciated. And don't forget about our monthly giveaway, which is pinned in the pinned comments. Good luck to everybody that's participating. So as you guys know, one of the biggest concepts of the game, it's its end game, and everybody wants to know exactly what is taking place. Unfortunately, I can't share a lot of details with you guys because a lot of things is supposed to be tight wrap, but there is information I could share for you guys that you probably haven't heard anywhere else. So today, that's what we're exactly going to be doing. We're going to get started with, of course, the most basic question is, how do I get access to expeditions? In order for you guys to access expeditions, you need to finish the campaign. It's very simple. That's all you got to do, and you will have access to expeditions. Now, there is one thing I did want to mention, and I'll have a separate video kind of going more into detail this. Speaking about endgame, because this video does cover endgame, there is a thing called Monster Hunt, which is also part of the end game. I will have a separate video on that, but today we're going to primarily be focusing on expeditions. So now that we unlock the expeditions, what exactly happens within the menu and how does this actually work? Well, there's going to be a thing that you're going to want to know. Currently, when you're playing the game, you're going to have world tiers. That's going to allow you to advance very far deep into the concept of the story mission. So very similar to world tiers, with expeditions, there's also a 15 level that is called challenge tiers. Now, challenge tiers are totally different from world tiers, and this is something that I really want to make sure you guys understand because this is extremely, extremely important. Once you complete the campaign, you'll finish your world tier. You'll be world tier 15. But once you go into an expedition, this is completely different because you're going to have to do this whole world tier, unquote, again. But instead of calling it world tier, it's called challenge tiers. Now, challenge tiers scale all the way from 1 to 15, very similar to world tiers. And just like the world tiers, these determine the rarity of items you get and, of course, the difficulty of the enemy. So what exactly happens when you launch the menu of the expedition? So when you launch the menu of the expedition, you're going to get a total of 3 different locations appearing on your screen. Now, these are random locations. It could be the forest, it could be the desert, it could be, any sort of location that's part of an expedition. Now, you have a choice to pick one of these locations. Now, there is a caveat to picking this location because there are 2 primary functions here. Number 1, you want to make sure you complete the expedition. And number 2, you want to make sure you complete it in a timely fashion. Yes, because these are actually time gated. The faster you're able to complete this, the better the reward. Speaking of rewards, guys, there are a total of 3 different sets of tiers or ranks that are found within expeditions. There's a bronze tier, a silver tier, and a gold tier. Of course, gold tier will give you the better loot. And I'm going to put on screen here exactly how the challenge tiers work. So I'm going to put up on the screen to give you guys an idea of what you could expect and the kind of drop differences you could expect whether you do something on bronze, on silver, or gold. Theoretically, the concept is very easily, if you do bronze, so that's the lowest you could probably get, you're only going to get on level 1 rare gear piece. If you complete it on silver, you're going to get 2 rare pieces. And if you complete it on gold, you're going to get 3 rare pieces. And you're probably saying, Laser, by the time I get to expeditions, I'm already going to be on epic gear. And why do I want rare gear? Well, remember, this gear is dropping at a higher value or a higher level than your current level. So it's basically like restarting the world tier grind. Just this time you're restarting it in challenge tiers. Now, to give you guys a more of a better rounded idea, let's move up the challenge tier all the way to challenge tier 12, which at this time you should probably be somewhere like around level 47. Now, this is where you guys will probably start seeing legendaries to drop. And unfortunately, they're not going to be dropping like hotcakes yet. That's going to happen once you hit level 50. But just to give you guys a better idea, if you complete it on bronze, you're going to get 3 epics. So that's 3 purples, 1 rare gear, and that's on bronze. If you complete it on silver, that's going to give you 4 epic gear pieces. So 4 epic gear pieces, that's actually a pretty bang for your buck for completing 1 expedition, especially if you have a very proper build. And if you guys are watching this channel, you guys should have a really good build already set up for this. So keep that in mind if you haven't already. We have one for each individual character. So you want to make sure you keep close attention to that. Now, On level 47, if you completed on gold, you're going to receive 1 legendary gear piece and 1 epic gear piece. Now you're probably wondering, that just doesn't make sense, because if I completed on silver, I get 4 epic gear pieces, as opposed to just completing it on gold, where I just get 1 legendary piece and 1 epic gear piece. Now remember, these are also determining that there are better loot drop than you would to get the 4 additional pieces. So theoretically speaking, yes, you get more epic gear with completing it on silver, but if you complete it on gold, the quality of that legendary gear and the quality of the epic gear is going to be that much better. Now, in addition to also being able to obtain legendary weapons and epic armor, you're also going to be getting a resource called drop pod. Now, these drop pods are extremely important because these drop pods are like currencies, or I like to call them keys. They're mostly keys. Actually, we can just leave it at drop pods. So these basically drop pods are received after you finish an expedition, and you're able to spend these to enter the inner ring, which is pretty much the final expedition. You're not going to be able to do the inner ring without having this currency. In addition to that, you're also going to need this currency to replay these expeditions. So basically, think of it like a key. It's going to give you access to play also other expeditions and be able to play the last expedition, to be able to unlock it. Now, like I said, there are a total of 15 challenge tiers, and the way it works, I'm just going to give you guys a brief example. Let's say you launch the expedition and you play it and you complete it in standard gold. That means that you have achieved and gone from tier 1 all the way to tier 3. The next time you want to replay an expedition, it's going to give you an option to play it either at tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, or tier 4. Now, once again, when you launch the menu, you are going to get 3 random locations that you're going to have to decide which one you want to play. And this is going to happen every single time you launch the game. The theory behind this is you want to get to challenge tier 15 the sooner the possible, because that would allow you to actually play the Eye of the Storm the quickest. Now, one interesting thing about these drop pods is that this resource is, like I said, is required to embark on the hardest expeditions, but you're also able to exchange this for item and also for other resources. So you're not only going to be able to use this resource to, just do the expeditions, you're also going to be able to use this to talk to one of the vendors, which is Thiago, which will be able to exchange these items for other resources, which makes it really cool in case you need to craft some items. And I know my Bolt Nation is super smart, and I know you guys are asking, Laser, so what exactly is the endgame loop? How are we going to be able to do this? Well, number one, guys, of course, you want to complete the expedition, one of the 3 ones that pop up randomly, and you're going to want to do this repetitively to make sure you guys stack up, as much resources as you possibly can to be able to keep playing the expeditions. Let's say you're already unlocked World Tier 15, and you are ready to cycle through the end game content. Basically, it's a matter of replaying the expeditions, getting the loot, and also getting, of course, the resources to be able to access the Eye of the Storm. Once you have access to the Eye of the Storm, you're only going to need to use the resources once. So you're going to want to complete the expedition, and then you're going to want to complete the Eye of the Storm back to back. So basically, expedition, Eye of the Storm, and then that's going to reduce the amount of resources you have. So you're going to want to make sure you keep doing the expeditions to be able to repeat playing the Eye of the Storm. And it's just pretty much a very cycle loop. So overall, in general, guys, that is the end game of the game. It's kind of like farming 2 world tiers. You do world tier 1 through 15 when you start off the campaign, and you do challenge tiers 1 through 15 when you get to the expeditions. I'm really excited for the game. Can't wait for you guys to get access to the expeditions and see what the game has entailed for us. Of course, I will have a video going over Monster Hunt pretty soon, so make sure you guys keep it locked to the channel. And overall, that's the way the expeditions will work in Outriders. If you guys have any additional questions, drop them in the comments section down below. I hope you are enjoying our Outriders coverage. If you are, do me the huge favor, guys, drop a like and drop a comment. But most importantly, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications so you guys won't miss when our videos go live. Also, massive shout out to the Bolt Nation community out there for supporting the channel and becoming a member of the Bolt Nation. You guys are awesome. Couldn't be able to do this without you guys. So thank you very much. And also everybody that's been supporting on stream. You guys are extremely amazing. Check out the other 2 remaining videos that are popping up on the screen. And thank you guys for watching. And I will catch you guys on the next video.